Greetings and welcome back, gentles and ladiesmen, to another rip-snorting episode of XO Plays Spyro 3. One of the greatest games ever made, no question. Fuck Spyro 2. I'm kidding. I don't hate Spyro 2. Okay, folks? I even said it was an excellent game. I said it was in my top 10 PlayStation games. I said it was better than most collectathons. I don't hate Spyro 2. I just don't think it's as good as this game, that's all. Regardless, that should be it for this section of the level, yep. I honestly, I probably will end up using that treasure finder cheat code from now on because it is oh so convenient. I still stand by it makes more sense to have it be an unlockable, but at the same time, as someone who hates backtracking, it is very convenient to be able to have that from the get-go, so sure, I'll give that to those who do not like this game as much as 2, but then again, you have the cheat code, you can use it. It's in the game. There's a solution to that problem. Regardless, we have one more minigame to play here, and it is what that lovely skateboarding control scheme that I love oh so much. Once again, we have a bunch of gems as well, so we'll go grab them first before we partake in the minigame proper. Actually, it'll probably be faster if we, you know, we'll try to go get up there first, because those gems are kind of annoying to get while you're on the skateboard, so we'll go grab them first. Oh, we can still use the skateboard without talking to Hunter. Alright, that's good news. I'll go grab all the gems real quick, and then we'll go into the minigame proper. I should note that Enchanted Towers is probably one of the longer stages in the game, even, you know, when you do know what to do. I've heard it. My good friend Mr. Abeef, Mr. Burger Man, who is such a nice man and makes good content. He's still getting started on YouTube, but he's got a pretty promising start for himself. I don't know. He said that he felt like the levels in this game went on a lot longer than Spyro 2's, and not really sure if I can agree with that. There are a couple stages for sure, like definitely this one. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like even if they are longer, they're not longer by much. And considering how much they do manage to fit into the levels still go pretty damn quickly from my experience. Like I said, compare this to the Banjo games where you could be in a level for almost an hour. And that's like the same level compare this to that, and this is much more faster paced than that. But still, one of the things I do love about Spyro is how fast-paced the levels are compared to mainstream collectathons, and I know, I guess this game is the least, like in terms of that little factoid, this probably is the least fast-paced of the trilogy. Like, especially compared to Spyro 1, which cuts out all of the fat. But at the same time, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm wasting my time in these levels that they go on way too long, except for one level. There is one level in the third hub world that I kind of hate, and is up there with Zephyr in terms of being overly bloated. Like, nothing is ever quite as bad as Zephyr in my personal experience, particularly in this third game. But yeah.
Isn't this the wildest skateboard park you've ever seen? Once you've mastered a few tricks, you can score huge points in this place. What do you say I show you some moves? Let's start with something easy. You can jump off the end of ramps by pressing the X button. I'll show you how to do it once. Then it's your turn.
Alright, so Hunter's gonna show us how to do some basic tricks with the skateboard. So, much like...
Okay, now try doing a roll. You can roll in midair by holding down the triangle button and steering left or right.
Alright, so this is pretty simple. But much... I know, I'll save this discussion for a moment, but yeah, this is how you roll.
Hey, nice roll! Now let's see you pull a flip. Flips are exactly like rolls, only you push up or down instead of left or right. Just jump off the ramp, hold down the triangle button, and push up or down on the directional pad.
All right. Sorry, I was thinking about a text message I just received.
Whoa, you must be a natural. Now let's see if you can pull off a half-pipe spin move. The blue ramps are half-pipes. You can do a spin move by jumping at the top of the blue ramp, then steering left or right in the air.
All right, so let's go show off this trick real quick. These are pretty fun, honestly, to pull off. You have to jump as well. You and you have to land on your board, otherwise it doesn't count. So, I meant to do that, folks. I meant to show that off.
All right, you nailed it. Now let's see if you can do a 900. Get as much height as you can, spin 2.5 revolutions in the air, and land back on the ramp.
Yep. So now they're easing you into the more advanced tricks. And I showed off some of the more advanced tricks earlier, but this is definitely one of the more advanced ones right here.
Now that was a 900. I have to admit, you've got some skills, Spyro. But before you get too cocky, let's see if you can score some real points on the giant ski ramp. Do whatever moves you want and see how many points you can get.
All right. So now we have the big ramp, and this is where you're going to be getting a lot of the big points for the skill point in the stage, because we do have that. I fucked up on that.
Wow, you learn really fast. Then again, you are being trained by a master boarder. Speaking of which, I was just practicing a nearly impossible new move that I call the Nasty Nork. I had almost pulled it off when I suddenly ran smack into this dragon egg and wiped out. Okay, I made that up, but you can have this egg.
Yep, so there we go. We got an egg for doing that, but we have another egg in this area, so I'll just let Hunter talk whenever Caroline wants to go away.
Thinking you're ready to try some one-on-one competition. Want to try a freestyle competition for points? All right, whoever scores the most points in the time limit wins.
All right, so as always, the easiest way to do this is just to pull off some of the more advanced tricks. If I can... I must admit, I'm not very consistent at those advanced tricks, but if you can manage to do it, you will win this very easily. But of course, there are some much easier tricks that you could pull off as well. I guess that doesn't count. Alright, well, I'll just show off some of the simpler ones. So, what I really like about the skateboarding minigames in Spyro 3 is, this had the potential to be really, annoying and hard to learn. But it doesn't actually end up being like that, because the game eases you into it so well. For some reason I have much harder time playing the, I can't skip the minigame, I have to do it, basically. I swear to you folks that I am much better at this minigame than I'm letting on. You can get some points here by hopping across these 3 towers. Then if you can land over there, you get even more points for some reason. Let's jump off this platform. Look at that, that lovely piss yellow text is back from Spyro 3, or Spyro 2. Jesus, I just cannot play this today. Alright, there we go. So, there is kind of like a stale moves component to this as well, if you've ever played, I don't know, the Smash Brothers series. Like in Smash Brothers, if you keep using the same fighting moves over and over, they'll take off points in the adventure mode, I think. This is kind of the same idea. You have to keep varying it up and doing different things, otherwise you will not get all the points you could possibly get. Skill point's gonna be a problem for this, isn't it? But, ouch. So, there are 2 moves you could do off this big half pipe here.
I can't believe it. How did you get so good already? Who knows, someday you might even break my course record. Nah. Anyway, I guess I should give you this other egg I found. I was going to keep it for a pet, but I can't get it to hatch.
God, Hunter. Hunter is such a dick. Like, in every game that he's in, he refuses to give Spyro things that, like, his species needs to survive. Which is always obnoxious.
You can go for the course record now if you want. Whenever you hop on a skateboard, a timer will start. Score as many points as you can until the timer expires or you wipe out. Good luck! You can go for the...
Okay, I was hoping that if you talk to him again, he might. Okay, so technically we have a stage complete, but we still need to get our course record skill point for this stage. And as always, the best way to do that is to pull off some of the advanced tricks, which will get you the most points. So one of the big ones you can do is there's a crush and gulp move you can do. Basically, if you do a certain amount of revolutions off of that board back there, going either left or right, you'll get a crush or a gulp. So I think we got the gulp, so we'll do the crush next. Orange crush and big gulp. Yeah, I think that's like a reference to the 7-Eleven, big gulp. So if you go off this and do a certain amount of these in the air, you will get a quad backflip, which will get you even more extra points. We'll go back over there and show that off again. As always, you have the nasty Nork and the raging Riptoe that you can do as well. And I think there's a Toasty and a Dr. Shimp move you can do as well. But yeah, if you go off this and go triangularly, or diagonally, I mean, you can... Okay, for some reason that didn't count. I guess you have to go backwards. Yeah, it's called a twisted lime and a twisted lemon. If you go diagonally down or diagonally left and diagonally right off the platform like this, you can get the lemon and lime moves. But they are kind of tricky to pull off. We only have a certain amount of time left, so I'm gonna go for the raging Riptoe now, see if we can't clear the score cap. Which we have not done yet, because like the ramps here are much harder to do. Yeah, we managed to do a nasty Nork. That's how you do it, folks. Those moves are kind of hard to pull off, honestly. There are a couple of tricks you can do that are exclusive to the stage. God, I was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, we got the course record. We managed to clear that score cap, so we got the skill point. So now that we've done that, we can leave the area and leave the stage because we're done. And so yeah, this level definitely goes on for longer than usual. Like, usually levels in Spyro 3 are 15 to 20 minutes, but this one was like, I don't know, Michael put up the total time based on the footage here. It goes on for that long, so it's definitely longer than usual. But I feel like that's pretty rare for this game. Usually levels are only like 15 to 20 minutes, so yeah, nothing too annoying or terrible.
When you see a ladder or walls that look climbable, just jump onto it, and you'll grab it with your claws.
Yeah, so it's the same ladder mechanic as the first two games. We're gonna head on to Spooky Swamp next, which is definitely one of the most memorable levels in Spyro 3, and a much quicker one than the previous one we played. But as you can see, there are these signs here, destroy them. There are plenty of those beware the piranha signs. If you destroy them all, you will get a skill point. This level is inhabited by fireflies, who speak in haikus.
That gator was mean. I thought I was a goner. Thanks for saving me.
Also, there are these T-lamps. In order to access one of the minigames here, you will have to light them all, so make sure that you're getting them along the way. I will be purposefully not getting one of them so I can show off what an NPC says, and then I will get the fourth one after that. So this is kind of like a swamp stage, and look at that, some enemies that aren't Rhinox for once. So if that was a concern you had, then yeah. Like, Ratchet and Clank 3 kind of has the same thing, where it's like all the enemies are Tyrannoids for most of the game, but even that game has some variety. But still, compared to the second game in that trilogy, there's much less enemy variety in terms of, I don't know, this game is better than that when it comes to that, because literally in Ratchet and Clank 3, you fight like the same 5 kinds of Tyrannoids over and over again, except they change colors throughout the game. This is definitely better than that. You get unique Rhinox and different costumes in every level you play, so yeah. And they're always well themed after the level as well. I praised the graphics to hell and back in this playthrough, but I don't know what they were thinking with this. I think that's supposed to be like foliage, but it's just a texture on a wall, for God's sake. That's pretty bad. Thankfully, the rest of the game looks pretty damn good, and that's pretty much the worst it gets, so, you know, can't be too upset about it. Let's see, there's the second T-lamp, so we'll go light that real quick, because I haven't done that yet. Make sure that you do grab all the gems up here, because I remember having trouble with that, like missing one gem, and oh, it turns out it's up in the T-lamp, so yeah, be careful with that. We have an egg over here, we can go grab real quick. Yep, that's the Michael one. And he's brown and has buck teeth. Just like me. Well, I don't have brown scales, but, you know, I don't have scales, period, but... let's just forget I ever brought that up, shall we? That went somewhere I didn't want it to go. Point is, that character, you know, the buck teeth and whatnot, it's supposed to look kind of silly, I guess. That was what they were going for. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's an Eric dragon, baby dragon in this game, but I'm not sure. There's probably a Ryan and a Paul and a Dan and whatnot. A damn Daniel, if you will. Here's the third T-lamp. Go up here and light that. Yeah, I think it was the gems in this one that I was missing for some reason. We have 3 of the 4. We're gonna save the 4th one until after we talk to an NPC. Have another one of those big Rhinox that try to get you with an overhead attack. These guys have slingshots. I think that type might actually come back in Season of Ice, now that I think about it. Get that sign real quick. Let's see. Can't go over there yet, so I have to be careful. You might have noticed that there was a chest early in the level that we could not reach. Or that we could not open, so there is a key to find.
This door is jammed shut. Only the power of gems can hope to move it. You've made a wise choice. It will mean more eggs for you and more gems for me. Best of all, Spyro, I can stop speaking haiku. What a sweet relief.
Moneybags is such a dick in this game. Like, he is so much better here. Like, in the second game, he was a great idea, like, just this idea of a paywall who's a character, who's, like, annoying, and, you know, that was a great idea, but I feel like they take that idea and do so much more with it in this third game than they did in Spyro 2. Like, all of his lines in the second game, he was kind of like a stuffy banker type. In this fourth game, or in this third game, he's more like a slimy used car salesman, but even then, that doesn't really sum it up. Yeah, we got all the gates, so now we can, you know, deal with that as we will.
When all lamps are lit, there is a secret in here that I will show you.
Alright, so that's why we want to light up the T-lamps to open that door.
You are brave, dragon. Much braver than I by far. Here, take this darn egg.
Like, that is so unique to have NPCs that speak in haikus. Like, I think in terms of the populace that you meet in stages in Spyro 3, I feel like they're just as memorable as Spyro 2, if not more so. Well, except for the whole Breeze Builder Landblubber thing. There's nothing quite as good as that in this third game, but, you know, it's pretty damn close. I feel like there's not much of a downgrade to speak of. Or like, you know, maybe they could have gone that extra bit farther like Spyro 2 did with Landblubbers and Breeze Builders, but hey look, it's Knuckles 3 and Knuckles. Who used to be called Game and Tank, by the way. And then he made a Sonic Let's Play channel and that became popular, so now that's what he does, I guess. I don't know, I wish all the best to him, because he's been, you know, he's been struggling to, you know, find that audience and, you know, grow for a very long time, so I'm glad he's found something that's successful that he enjoys, so. Yeah. Regardless, we can go ahead and collect these gems real quick from that chest. The key was up on one of those treetops earlier, so. Yeah. So that should be it for gems in this main area, but I'm gonna try to resist using the gem finder, and because I'm pretty sure I got everything. I should have opened up the shortcut to the beginning of the level as well. Let's see. I think before we cut things off, we'll go check out what's behind that door.
The tea lamps are lit. Now I'll tell you the secret of what's in this house. A creepy wizard lives inside but hates the light. He has awoken. He swore to destroy whoever lights the tea lamps. Better you than me.
So we just got entrapped. Now I have to go fight the sleepy wizard. It's a Rhinoc wizard as well, so once again we gotta go tie that back in. This boss actually kind of reminds me a little bit of there's a boss in Spyro 2 where you basically fight a bull in an ice rink, essentially. Technically it was an armory, but it was basically an ice rink because it was, you know, had ice and was frozen and whatnot. But this is kind of a similar boss, like you have to knock his bombs back at him just like the bull, and that's how you damage him. It's kind of the same thing as well, where you have to like make sure to hit the bomb straight on so that you can hit him properly. I don't know, this boss isn't that much better than that one if I'm being perfectly honest. Like, he will at least try to attack you with those little crocodile guys, but good luck dying on this boss, just like with the bull. Like, the fact that he at least has the crocodiles is at least a slight improvement, but still, it is such an easy boss. Herbie, fully loaded. I'm pretty sure the last dragon we just rescued was just like him. Regardless, we have collected all the dragons in that area of the stage, and just in time to cut things off. As you can see, there's a Sheila section. You'll play that in the next part. Until then, I'm Exo, and I'll see you guys next time. That crawdad is adorable.